Hello, this is Timothy from MasterStack, back for another preview. It's called Sales Rocks, and its job is to make the prospect search easier and as automated as possible. So before we get into the tool, let's quickly brief how a prospect search would work in a company. So you would be looking for new leads. You would search for the company within Google, get on the website, search for their emails, their contacts, their information, and see whether they're someone you would want to reach out to or not. Now, you can do that on LinkedIn as well, and you can do that for hours and hours, and then you would send tons of emails, and then you would have to check whether they answer or not, and all of that. It's very tedious work that you have to consistently do if you want to keep growing your list of prospects and people you reach out to. Sales Rocks wants to make that easier, faster, and as automated as possible. As usual, we will do a preview, so we will check what it says it does. We will see the pricing, the normal pricing, and the AppSumo deal, and then we can consider whether this is a good tool for us. We will also look at the presentation just right now, as we want to know whether there is enough help available, should we need it, and if it seems like a solid tool from what we can see from reviews. And so let's get started with the presentation right away. As we can see, it's fairly new, but it already has 27 reviews. They're very good, and overall I've checked them all, and they talk about a new tool that's recent, so it's still not, it doesn't have all the features of the competition, but they have been very quick to develop and add new features. So people are very happy about it so far. Now let's check the support. They have a knowledge base, as we can see here, and as well as a community, so you can ask questions and have them answered by other users, and tickets, so you can have support should you need for anything about the software. The knowledge base is fairly comprehensive. There are a lot of explanations, so we can probably find most of what we need right here. They do have a public roadmap, as we can see here. They have a lot of features planned, and they've also released a lot. So both of these were just in August. This was at the end of July, and they seem to be updating every 2 weeks with features and improvements. So that's really great. As we can see, just before the AppSumo deal, they've started working on US companies and Canada. Before that, they mainly had Europe-based companies, but they're really increasing the database quickly. And it seems like it's been around for a little over a year, but it already has a lot of features and a lot of more planned. They have a lot of posts on their website, so they seem to be developing their communication as much as their tool, and we are very happy with what we see here. One very important thing is that, as we can see, it's very recent, just 5 days ago. With the AppSumo launch, they have released their Chrome extension, which allow us to go on a company's website and we can instantly get, with the Chrome extension, all the data out of it. So the contact information, the company information, and all of that within just one click. Now, the presentation is very great, so let's get into what the tool does. We have company search, so we can get a lot of company information with just a few clicks. And as we can see, they have over 90 million companies, 11 million contact profiles and 56 million contact details. We can also, if we don't have a company in mind and we want to look at prospects, we can have a company search. So we can define our filters, the industry, the country, and revenue, technologies used, locations. We have extensive filters at our disposal, and we can then ask Sales Rocks which companies fit within that search criteria, and we instantly get all the results. Then we can further use those results to reach out to those companies that we would want to interact with. Afterwards, we know the companies we want to talk to, but we don't know who we might want to talk to within the company. We don't really necessarily want to send an email to their info general or to their CEO. So we want to find the right person that we want to talk to. So we can further search within that company all the relevant contacts, so we can find the right person to talk to. And that's still within Sales Rocks. And the next step is, once we have our list of contacts that we want to talk to, we have to send an email and get started talking to them. So normally we would want to track these emails and send them to our CRM and all of that, but they're not prospects yet. They're people we want to reach out to. So we have within Sales Rocks itself an email drip campaign module, so we can prepare our sequence of emails and interactions depending on what they do. If they do not answer within 2 days, we can perhaps send an email again. And if they do answer, then we can perhaps send them to our CRM or send another email with more information. So depending on what the person does, we can have a sequence prepared for them, and then we can automate the email outreach towards those people. And only then, after we have done through this step and we have some people that perhaps we want to further talk to, we can then import that to our CRM, so we don't have contacts that do not answer at all to us. We have actual leads that we have gained via Sales Rocks. As you can see here, we have the database within Sales Rocks itself. The email creation and sequence creation seems very straightforward, very easy. And we can set our own campaign to run automatically after we look for the companies and get the contacts information. We know they're going to add LinkedIn as well very soon, and it will be part of AppSumo deal. That's already been said. And as far as verifying all the information we get, we can look at thousands of emails. And we obviously want to only send emails to those that are true and updated, not to all the domains or all the emails that are not active anymore. So Sales Rocks offers an email verification service itself, as well as integrations with the Checker and VerifyB if you use those services already. So you can verify the email before you send it and add it to your outreach campaign. You can also verify the phone numbers that you get just via Sales Rocks. I've added this recently. We saw on the roadmap. And then we get to the integration, because you do want to get the data out to your CRM eventually, as the prospect answers to your email and becomes a lead that you want to grow and have on your CRM. That's where Sales Rocks falls short for now, because we only have, other than the email verifications that we've seen, we have Zoho CRM and Zapier. So we can integrate with Zapier, but it's still a bit clunky. It's not optimal. They do know that. So if we check on the roadmap, we can see we have HubSpot, Salesforce planned eventually, not for the very short term. I don't see any CRM on the very short term, but it's still possible to export as a CSV. So it's really not such a big deal to export every now and then. It's just less than optimal. So it's a weak point that they're working on right now. As we saw the Chrome extension already that we can use to get the company and contact information within the company with just a few clicks when we are on their website. We can of course send emails via our own settings. So the emails we send are our own. And what's good is that since Sales Rock started in Europe, they've been very careful with GDPR and privacy. So they have ISO compliance and GDPR compliance. So as far as features goes, and from what we've also seen on the reviews, we are looking at a very new tool, but at the same time, it offers a lot of features already, and it's very good, very easy to use, as well as powerful. Now we can check their own normal pricing, as well as the AppSumo deals. Their own pricing is, they have multiple plans, and it depends on the sale credits. So it depends on what you want to do. So we are looking at this monthly plan for company search pricing, and you get for 99 euros per month, 2,000 credits, and one credit is one company. So if we do a company search and find 100 companies, that's 100 credits used. And then we have contact search. We have 300 credits for 99 euros, and 1 credit equals to 1 contact information. So their phone, their email, their name, and etc. As you can see here, there are multiple plans, but what they change is only the dedicated support if you spend more and the amount of credits within your plan. And then we have, after this, we have the Sales Rocks toolkit, which is the email verifier that they have on platform. It's optional. You can also integrate with your own or not use one at all if you want to, even though I suggest using one. But they have this, and it's $99 monthly for 5,000 credits. So that's one verification is 1 credit. So that's 5,000 verifications per month. And then they have this other package for 50,000. Now you might think this pricing is very high, but the competition is even higher. And this kind of tools are extremely expensive. So this pricing is actually really good. And we like how they divide within the different services they offer, so you can have your best match. Let's get to what we get in the AppSumo deal, because at $69 per stack, it's very much cheaper than their own normal pricing. So let's see. We get the basic and single plan updates. As we saw, this is the single and this is basic. So we get these plans, updates, up to 10 stacks. And we have the drip campaign module, Chrome plugin, and company information and all the databases, as well as the LinkedIn part. I've checked that already. It's in the questions down below. Now, for 1 stack, we get 2,000 company search credits per month. So let's see. Company search per month, 2,000. So we get the equivalent of 99 euros per month with 1 stack, and 2,500 toolkit credits per month. The toolkit credits are down below to check to verify emails. So we have that within the AppSumo deal at half of what the monthly pricing is. So we get about 50 euros worth per month of email verification. And then we get 500 contact search credits per month. Contact credit search is this one, contact search. And normally it's 300 for 99 euros. So we get even more than 99 euros worth. So all in all, we get about the equivalent of 300 euros per month with just 1 stack. Then it increases at different rates and we get up to 10 stacks. And it's a very, very great deal compared to their normal pricing, which as well is a great deal compared to the other competition. So while this software is new, it also seems powerful, and we get this within the AppSumo deal for a lifetime usage. So the deal itself is amazing if you have a use for it. So in conclusion, we've seen the presentation, which is great, very informative. They have a roadmap that gets updated very often, so we know that development is quick. We have information on their own website, and we know they're very communicative. We have a very extensive knowledge base, and that means the presentation is great. Feature-wise, the software itself is great. Its only weak point so far is integration, but considering the development speed, we are positive that this is not going to be a weak point for long. The pricing is great, both for the normal pricing and the deal is just amazing. So, in short, if you have use for this kind of tool, you'd better get started and trying it out and using it. I myself am not sure I currently have a use for this, but this is one of those deals that even though you might not need it now, there will be a point eventually that you're going to have use for this, and you don't want to have missed this deal because at this price, it's really great to have within our toolkit for eventual use, as most companies would eventually want to do this kind of outreach towards other companies, new prospects, and all of that. And this seems to make that much easier. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I would appreciate if you subscribe. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.